What's poppin', everyone? Adma here. Okay, so I haven't made a video in a while. I've been going through a little phase, and I've also been working on some content that I will put out in a little while. I think by next week I should be done. But for now, I wanted to give you guys a little video, just a little video. Now, I don't normally like making videos based on speculation, but I saw this speculation and it got me very excited. So let me just get straight into it. In case you haven't been following the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2 hype, then this video is for you. So if you've been following the channel, you know I've made a video making a request to Samsung about things I'd like to see in the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2. One of the major things I actually talked about was the screen size of the internal and external display. Now, I didn't complain much about the internal display because it was a big screen, but then I did complain a lot about that external screen at that 4.7 inches with that very weird aspect ratio. If I tell you that I liked that, I would be lying. And then I also didn't like the squarish nature of the internal screen. It's a first generation product, so no one is really going to bash it because of that. But then, according to the leaks and rumors that we've been hearing, they say that the internal screen is coming with a 7.7 inch screen that has a resolution of 2213 by 1689. And putting this into context, that will give it an aspect ratio of about 1.31:1. Now, I tried calculating the aspect ratio using a varying amount of suitable aspect ratios for a tablet, and this aspect ratio doesn't actually make sense unless they're planning to make it the same aspect ratio as the Samsung Galaxy Fold 1, which would be pretty bad, because in that video I said I wanted it to be a full 4:3 aspect ratio. It was a 4.23 inch aspect ratio, which was slightly weird. And then when you're trying to view content on it, because most content these days are made on are made in an aspect ratio of a minimum of 16:9, and most of them movies are now made at aspect ratios of 21:9. So you couldn't actually view that kind of content with the internal screen. So you say, okay, maybe that was meant for the external screen, right? Then we went over to the back and we had a 4.7 inch screen that had a 21:9 aspect ratio. And in that same video, I said I do not like 21:9 aspect ratio. It feels too thin for me. Like, I feel that the sweet spot is 20:9 and then don't move from there. But it's personal preference, of course. Now, the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2, like I said before, comes with a 7.7 inch internal screen. Now, this screen is a 120 Hz screen according to the speculations, which is good. So if I go by my calculations, I tried putting it in an aspect ratio of 4:3, which is what I want to see, a full 4:3 display instead of that weird 4.2:3 aspect ratio. Then you would actually get this aspect ratio. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what Samsung is planning, but please, Samsung, let this definitely be a 4.3 inch screen. Now, the external display of the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2, according to the speculations, is going to be a 6.23 inch screen, 60 Hz, and has a resolution of 2267 by 819. And they say it was supposed to have an aspect ratio of 25:9. What? 25:9? Okay, no, Samsung, please do not do that. I know I said I wanted an aspect ratio of 20 is to 9. If 20 is to 9 isn't possible, please just give us 21 is to 9. Don't do 25 is to 9. I don't think I can take it. It would be way too narrow, and no, 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 no. Samsung. Now, here's my take on this, on the usability of this phone, and this is what everybody had in mind. Basically, you're able to do texting, light browsing, messaging, and the rest of them on the smaller external screen. You can also take calls on it. But then when you want to do some intensive work, say you want to game, for instance, or you want to do some multitasking, then you would now need the internal display. But then I don't see people enjoying using the external display if it is a 25 is to 9 aspect ratio screen. It's my preference. I don't know about others, but I don't think I would be comfortable using such a thing. But I leave that up to the final product. Just make sure to follow me on Twitter, where I'll be dropping some of these updates as they come out. Now, another thing I'm very excited about for the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2 is that high refresh rate screen. I talked about it too, and I'm fine with the fact that it's 120 Hz in the internal display and not on the external. Here's the thing, like I said before, anyone who's buying the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2 is probably going to be using the bigger screen for. Now, like I said before, anyone who's actually buying the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2 will be using the internal screen for gaming. It's a 7.7-inch screen, and if you also have been following the channel, you know that I always opt for a bigger screen because I love to game on my phones. So having 120 Hz while gaming will be very, very awesome. Now that is the main use and probably the only reason I can see that Samsung choose to do this. If you have any other reasons or speculations, do leave them in the comments below. Now, there is no stylus in this. I don't know why. If Samsung is planning to use the same ultra thin layer of glass that they were using in the Z Flip, then why not just add a stylus to go with it? Yes, it would take away from the Samsung Galaxy Note series, but it makes more sense to have it in the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2. At least, and no, I don't want it as an external option. I want it inbuilt into the phone. That's what it's supposed to be for. But other than that, I can't say anymore. I'm not going to talk about the camera specs and the rest of them. I just wanted to talk about the display. But that's been it. What are your thoughts about the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2? Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll be posting my findings or any leaks that I happen to come across. But other than that, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.